95% of the decisions made by the people around you are driven by hidden, unconscious motives they will never admit to you, or even to themselves. Every smile, every handshake, and every piece of advice is wrapped in a highly sophisticated social mask. If you take people at face value, you are navigating the world completely blind. To survive and win, you must learn to decode what lies beneath. The first step is acknowledging the eternal war inside the human brain, the clash between raw emotion and calculated reason. We like to think we are rational creatures who weigh facts before making a choice. In reality, our emotional system, the amygdala, acts long before our conscious mind can even process the information. To decode anyone, you must look at which side is driving their current state. People spend their entire lives polishing their public persona. They project confidence when they are terrified, and humility when they are arrogant. But the body cannot lie indefinitely. When a person's spoken words contradict their micro-expressions, physical posture, or tone of voice, the physical leak is always the truth. You must train your eyes to spot the lag between their conscious mask and their automatic physical reactions. Robert Greene explains that everyone falls somewhere on the scale of self-absorption. On one end, you have deep narcissists who see other people merely as extensions of themselves, or tools to be used. On the other end, you have functional empaths who can accurately mirror the internal states of others. Measuring where a person sits on this spectrum tells you exactly how much you can safely trust them. One of the most dangerous mistakes is believing people change after a major mistake. Human character is highly compulsive, formed by deep-seated childhood patterns. When someone is placed under high stress, they will inevitably default to their primary behavioral loop. If they betrayed a partner or shifted blame in the past, they will do it again when the pressure rises. Spot the pattern, and you predict their future action. Human desire is highly paradoxical. We do not want what we have, we want what is elusive, forbidden, or possessed by others. This is the law of covetousness. The moment something becomes fully abundant and easily accessible, its perceived value instantly plummets. To maintain influence, you must master the art of strategic withdrawal, creating an air of mystery and scarcity that keeps others drawn to your orbit. Whenever you try to persuade someone directly, you immediately trigger their defensive ego. People have a deep psychological need to feel independent, intelligent, and morally upright. If your approach threatens any of these core pillars, their mental walls rise. To bypass this defense mechanism, you must actively validate their self-opinion, making them feel like the brilliant ideas you are presenting were actually theirs all along. Every individual possesses a shadow self, the dark, unrefined traits they actively repress to fit into polite society. This shadow always leaks out through projection. If someone is hypersensitive about others being greedy, they are likely harboring deep, unacknowledged greed themselves. By analyzing what people loudly condemn in others, you gain a direct visual blueprint of their own secret insecurities and hidden desires. When crisis strikes, the vast majority of people succumb to short-term panic. They react to the immediate threat right in front of them, completely blind to the long-term second and third-order consequences of their choices. This is the law of short-sightedness. By training yourself to step back, detach emotionally, and calculate the future trajectory of your actions, you easily outmaneuver competitors who are merely reacting to the noise. An individual can be highly rational, but the moment they join a group, their personality merges into the collective. Group dynamics strip away individual agency, replacing it with tribalism, hyperreactivity, and extreme conformity. To decode any corporate or social structure, you must not analyze the individuals in isolation. Instead, look at the unspoken power dynamics, the faction leaders, and the collective fears driving the group's behavior. In your journey, you will encounter two types of character, grand and weak. Weak characters are easily swayed by temporary circumstances, shifting their loyalty whenever a better deal appears. Grand characters possess a solid internal compass, they take responsibility for errors and remain resilient under immense pressure. Spotting a grand character early gives you a reliable ally for life, while ignoring a weak one invites inevitable ruin. Direct confrontation is socially risky, so most hostile people resort to passive aggression. They use subtle insults disguised as jokes, intentional delays, and backhanded compliments to undermine you while maintaining plausible deniability. If you react with open anger, you look like the aggressor. The only winning strategy is to gently pull back their mask of deniability, exposing their hidden hostility directly and calmly to the light. The ultimate truth of human nature is that you are subject to the exact same flaws, biases, and emotional distortions as everyone else. You cannot accurately decode others if you remain blind to your own ego and irrationality. True power begins with ruthless self-examination. By admitting your own weaknesses, envy, and defensiveness, you develop the calm clarity needed to read others without projection or judgment. Decoding human motives is not a passive mental exercise, it is an active survival skill that requires daily cultivation. The faster you strip away the social masks of those around you, the faster you can navigate negotiations, build unbreakable alliances, and protect your own energy. To immediately put this into practice and master the next level of psychological influence, analyze the strategic authority blueprint on your screen right now.